Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Cheese here, bring you some more Go Battle League battles. Today we're jumping into the Master League. We have battles submitted by a member of the community by the name of Grumps. I personally don't have any Pokemon built for the Master League. I think it leads a lot of XL Pokemon, which I don't have any. He's running a team of Alga in the lead with Dragon Breath, Draco Meteor as well as Ironhead. He's got Metagross with Bullet Punch, Meteor Mash as well as Earthquake, and he's got Mewtwo with Psycho Cut, Side Strike as well as Shadow Ball. Really hope one of the days I can maybe build such Pokemon. Definitely need a lot of Stardust as well as XL candies. Let's jump into this battles and see how well he did. In the first battle he's got Dialga against Ho-Oh. This is not such a positive lead for him as the Ironheads are resisted, as Ho-Oh also got access to Earthquake. Opponent gonna now throw a charge move. Let's see, Drum Shield, and it's gonna be Sacred Fire, which lowers his attack. He's gonna now throw Ironhead bait. Let's see if the opponent does shield. Opponent does shield on his side. He goes straight into his Mewtwo. Opponent gonna continue to farm and now throws a charge move. Grumps does go for the shield. It is a Sacred Fire again. He comes in now with his own Dialga. He's gonna throw the Side Strike bait. Let's see if the opponent does respect and shield it. He does respect and shield it. He's now gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball. Let's see how much damage does this do to a Dialga. Ooh, takes half his health away. Let's see if he can get to the next Side Strike before the Dialga, which he doesn't. The opponent's now going to throw the Ironhead, which should take out the Mewtwo. He can now come in with his own Dialga and look to farm down, which he does do on his side. Let's see what the opponent comes back in with. He does come back with the Ho-Oh. Grumps going to go straight for the Draco Meteor. This should definitely take out the Ho-Oh. Let's see what the opponent has in the back. He has a Zekrom. This should be GG's. Even if the opponent does throw the Wild Charge, it's not going to KO the Metagross. He has to throw two Wild Charges going straight for the Earthquake, and this should be GG's. Very well played. Jumping to the next battle, Dialga against Giratina. This is a positive lead for Grumps, as he's doing super effective with his Dragon Breath. He meets him then with a Zacian. The Zacian's running Quick Attack. I think with the Quick Attack buff, it's a much better option rather than the Snarl. He goes straight for the close combat. Grumps no shields, knowing that he's not going to KO him. Opponent firing off another charge move. Grumps is going to shield and look to farm down this and have tons of energy if the Giratina decides to come back in. Let's see what the opponent does come back in with. He comes back in with the Giratina. He's going to fire off the first Meteor Mash. Let's see if just grab the shield from the opponent, and the opponent no shields it. He's going to throw the next one. Let's see if the opponent does shield this one. If he wants to keep the Giratina alive, and he actually does, and he's going to farm the opponent down. He's going to come now in with his Dialga. He doesn't have to shield the Shadow Ball as well as the Omnis Wind. Opponent goes straight for the Shadow Ball, does half of his health. He comes in with his own Dialga. His Grumps going to go straight for the nuke move. He doesn't. He baits with an Iron Head. Let's see if the opponent does shield, and the opponent does shield. He switches out into his Mewtwo. It's now going to be a race to the finish. Opponent going to throw a charge move. It's going to be the Ironhead bait as well. Grumps should manage to get to the Shadow Ball before him. It's going to throw it. This should take out the Dialga. Now it's going to be the Giratina against Mewtwo. Mewtwo taking super effective from the Shadow Claws, and Mewtwo wins and throws a Side Strike. This should take out the Giratina, and GG is very well played. Coming to the next battle, we have Dialga against Dialga. This is going to be about who has the biggest kahunas to no shield the Ironhead. They're both building up straight for the Draco. Grumps does go for the Ironhead bait. Let's see if the opponent does shield it. The opponent does shield it on his side. Gonna throw now a charge move on his side. Let's see if Grumps does. Grumps no shield it. What a call from him. He's gonna now switch out into his Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo is a safe swap here. Going straight for the Shadow Ball. This will deal super effective if the opponent does not shield, and the opponent does respect it and shield. Opponent continue to farm, now firing off a charge move. Let's see what the opponent does throw. He throws an Omnious Wind bait. Grumps gonna continue to farm, now throws the Shadow Ball. This should bring the Giratina quite low. It actually does. The opponent gonna try and look to farm down, which he doesn't. Grumps manages to get to a Side Strike. This should take out the Giratina with 1 HP. He's gonna come now in with his own Dialga. Let's see what Grumps does. He comes in with his own Dialga. I think he could get to the Ironhead, but barely gets to it. Opponent now gonna fire off a charge move. Both of these charge moves are resisted. He goes for the Ironhead bait, and the opponent now has a Lugia in the back. It's gonna be quite tricky. Lugia dealing not very effective with the charge move with Dragon Tail. Gonna go for the first Ironhead. Does a decent amount of damage. Lugia continuing to farm. He manages to fire off another Meteor Mash on his side. This should bring it quite low. Opponent now going to throw a charge move. Could definitely be the Aero Blast, which it is. Let's see, the opponent gets the buff. He doesn't get the buff. Grumps looking to farm down, and he just manages to farm down. Now it's going to be the Dialga against Metagross. Metagross gets to the Earthquake. I think even the Meteor Mash would KO him, and that's very well played. GG's to the opponent. Coming to the next battle, Dialga against Zacian. This is quite a neutral matchup, if I can say. If he lands the Iron Head, that's super effective. Grumps tries to catch the close combat there, but the opponent doesn't throw. He's now going to go for a charge move. Side strike bait. Let's see if the opponent does shield. The opponent no shields that one. Opponent now going to fire off his charge move. This is going to be the Omnis Winner Shadow Ball. It is the Shadow Ball that takes out the Mewtwo. Can now come back in with the Dialga and look to farm down. Opponent is going to fire off a charge move. He no shields on his side. It is going to be the Shadow Ball. Opponent now comes with his own Dialga. He's going to throw a bait. The Iron Head. Let's see if the opponent does respect the bait on his side. The opponent does. He switches out now into his Metacross. This should be Grumps should be actually in a good position here. Opponent going to fire off a charge move. Is it going to be the Draco Meteor? It's like the Iron Head bait. He switches off into his Zacian. The opponent going to throw his close combat. Grumps does shield on his side. He now can hit for super effective with this charge move. Let's see if the opponent does shield. Opponent no shielded on his side. Gonna rely on his Dialga to try and win this matchup for him. Grumps gonna go for the bait. Let's see if the opponent does shield it. And he actually does. Now it's gonna be a race if he can get to it. Oh, but he manages to actually catch. Let's see if it's the Iron Head or Draco Meteor. He catches the Draco Meteor on his own Dialga. And this should be GG's. Yeah, he should get to the Earthquake before his opponent. Very well played there by Grumps. Coming to the next battle. Dialga against Giratina. This should be a positive lead as he's dealing super effective with his Dragon Breath. Opponent going to throw a charge move. It is the Shadow Ball. Opponent now switches off into his Mewtwo. Grumps is going to now fire off this Iron Head on his side. Let's see if the Mewtwo does decide to shield. He does decide to shield. Think it's going to be the Draco Meteor. Opponent now going to throw another charge move. Grumps no shields it on his side. It is the Focal Blast, and this one shot the Dialga. Grumps now comes in with his Metacross looking to throw the Meteor Mesh before the opponent can fire off his move. It is going to be a CMP tie, and it is another Focus Blast that deals a lot of damage to the Metacross. He undercharges this as he knows that he can actually farm down. He switches out into his Mewtwo. He's going to look to farm down. Opponent now switches out into his Giratina. Going to fire off the Side Strike. Let's see if the opponent does shield on his side. The opponent no shields and cannot throw off a charge move. Grumps manages to farm down. Let's see what the opponent does have in the back. He comes in with his own Metacross. This should be quite close. He's going to fire the Shadow Ball. Let's see if the opponent does shield. Just thinking it's going to be a Shadow Ball. Hey, no shielded. That does a lot of damage to the Metacross. Manages to get to the Side Strike before he throws his Meteor Mesh. Let's see if Grumps is going to go for a catch here. And he goes for a catch, and what a lovely catch from him. Let's see. This should be the Meteor Mesh. Should take. Oh, he actually undercharges it so he can get more farm. Now the opponent throws another charge move on his side. Grumps does shield. Let's see if the opponent is going to does it. Oh, and the opponent does have another move stored. Unlucky. Very well played there by the opponent as well as Grumps. GG's. Next battle we have Dialga against Togekiss. He switches off into his Mewtwo. The opponent now meets him with the Giratina altered. He's going to fire off the Shadow Ball. The opponent no shield. It does a tremendous amount of damage. Opponent now going to throw a charge move. I think this Shadow Sneaks won't do as much as the Shadow Ball would. But when the other Giratina, so he no shield it, he manages to get to the Side Strike before the opponent. He's going to fire off the Side Strike on his side. The opponent no shield it. Going to come with the Togekiss and look to completely farm down. Grumps got a perfect answer for him. Nothing the Togekiss can do. He can even shield once and farm down. And the opponent knows that he surrenders the match. I think that's the quickest match I've ever seen in Master League. Very well played. Next battle we have Dialga into Mewtwo. We need to see that if the opponent does have Focus Blast here, we've seen in the previous match, he can definitely one-shot the Dialga. Opponent going to continue to farm. He's going to look to fire for charge move. Grumps no shields on his side, and it is a Side Strike. Very well called there. Opponent looking to throw another charge move. Let's see if Grumps does respect it, and it's another Side Strike which Dialga does survive. Opponent going for the third charge move. Does Grumps shield? He does not shield. He's looking to bring in his own Mewtwo and probably farm down. Actually, he comes in with Metacross. Opponent switches out into Melmetal. This is not a bad matchup. Super effective, does neutral damage. If he fires this off the Earthquake and it lands, it should definitely take off the Melmetal at one shot now, especially because it's been debuffed. Go straight for the Earthquake. Opponent no shields, knowing that nothing he can do on his side, because even if he does shield, he's going to get to the next move before him. Opponent now comes in with Dialga. Grumps going straight for the Earthquake. He's two shields up, why not? His opponent does shield, he can just double shield and go. And the opponent no shield and almost one shots the Dialga, and the opponent concedes the match. There's nothing he can do on his side. Coming to the next matchup, very positively, Dialga against Giratina. Dialga against Dragonite. Dragonite does have access to superpower, but the Dragon Blast definitely chunk it out. He comes in with Excadrill. Excadrill is quite strong for this team in the lead, as Dialga and Metacross get super effective from the drill runs. It's the CMP tie. Opponent now going to throw a charge move. Grams does shield. It is a drill run. Can he get to the next charge move before the opponent? He's going to overcharge and get a CMP tie here. Very well counting there from Grams. The opponent no shielded. Almost takes out the Excadrill. He no shields that one there. Mewtwo has done his job, bringing the Excadrill quite low. He can now Dragon Breath down on his side. Let's see what the opponent does come back in with. He's going to come in with a Metagross. That's still looking good for Grams as both his Pokemon can deal with the Dragonite. He's going to fire off the Draco Meteor. Let's see if the opponent does shield the Draco Meteor on his side. In the opponent does shield. I was curious to see how much damage it actually does, even though it's not super effective, but Draco Meteor is such a hard hitting move. He goes for the Meteor Mash. What a call from Grams, no shielding that. He knows that he just needs to rely on his Metagross with a shield to take out both of his Pokemon. He now brings in the Metagross. Let's see what the opponent is going to do on his side. The opponent is going to fire off just before Grams gets to the Earthquake. He shields it. It is going to be the Earthquake. The opponent switches off directly into his Dragonite. Going to throw the Meteor Mash as soon as he gets it. Going to look to throw the next one before he can fire off the Earthquake. Now it's going to be the race to the Earthquake for both of the Pokemon. Actually, Grams can actually throw one Meteor Mash and that should be good enough to take out this Metagross, which he does. This should be definitely GG's. 100% very well played. Coming into the next battle, Dialga against Kyurem. Very good lead for Dialga, dealing super effective with the Dragon Breath, switches off into his Metagross. Grams going to continue to farm. Opponent now fires off a charge move. He's going to shield. I think it's going to be the Earthquake. It is actually a Meteor Mash bait. Let's see what he's going to do. Is he also going to bait? He baits with the Iron Head. Does the opponent respect the Draco Meteor? He does. It's now going to be a race to the next charge move, which Metagross does get there. Grams is now going to shield, and it is the Earthquake. He can now continue to Dragon Breath, probably throw an Iron Head. This should bring it quite close or take it out. Even if the opponent does shield, he can get to another one before the opponent. And he actually does do that, and this should take out now the Metagross. Let's see what the opponent now comes in with. He comes in with the Excadrill again. Grams going to try and get to this Iron Head. He can't switch out because he knows he's only got one answer, which is Mewtwo. To this Excadrill, he comes in now with his Mewtwo. He comes in with Kyurem. Kyurem really not very effective with the Dragon Breath. He's going to throw his charge move. It is the Glaciate, which definitely lowers the attack of the opponent. Going to throw another charge move the opponent. Let's see. This should bring it quite low, but not take it out definitely. He's going to now fire off the Meteor Mash. He actually undercharges it. Let's see, it brings him quite low. He's now going to manage to farm down. What a play from Grams. He's now the Earthquake. This should take out the Excadrill. Excadrill very squishy. And it does take him out, even though he's been debuffed twice. This is a very strong team from Master League. Mewtwo was around to get the XL candies, as well as Dialga and Metagross. We had the community day. Hope everyone does or have XL candies to build their own ones. Just want to say thank you so much to Grams for submitting these battles to us. Good luck on your road to legend. If you are new to my channel, please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.